When Aheni Pangawusu accepted a job with MasterCard in Purchase, NY, he decided to live in New York City and commute. After graduating from business school at the University of Virginia last spring. His 2-hour round-trip commute would include a Metro-North train to and from White Plains, where MasterCard is one of several corporations that run shuttles to and from the station. Not surprisingly, finding a home within walking distance of Grand Central Terminal in the heart of everything, he said, was a priority. A friend from school had moved to Atlanta and easily secured a place 2 months in advance. But New York is different, said Mr. Pangawusu, 30, who is the son of immigrants from Ghana and grew up in Michigan. People warned him, he said, that you've got to just go and pound the pavement, and find something quick. He was willing to spend up to $3,100 a month to rent a studio or a one-bedroom, and he started checking availability online in the spring, months before his August start date. Far too early. He saw plenty of places that seemed perfectly nice but weren't available at the right time. He had his eye on the Centra on East 44th Street, and checked online listings there daily. But when a unit became available, it was gone in short order. I wasn't in New York, Mr. Pangawusu said. I couldn't just go see it. So during the summer, he visited the city with a list of more than a dozen places to check out. His first stop was a building he had seen online, Murray Hill Marquee, a hotel-to-rental conversion on East 34th Street, where he saw a studio on a high floor that was well renovated and relatively spacious, with more than 500 square feet, for a little over $3,000 a month. He liked everything about it, including the central location, the modern feel, and something he hadn't considered, the view. It's not like I needed an incredible view, but the view kind of adds value to the apartment, he said. It seemed like a rare find. So this was a benchmark. He wanted to see a few comparable places, so he went across the street to Warren House, a white brick post-war condominium building. A one-bedroom was available there for $2,600, but Mr. Pangawusu couldn't get past the dated parquet flooring, that type of checkerboard floor. It looked old and was a turnoff, he said. For $2,900, there was a nicely renovated one-bedroom in a pre-war building on East 46th Street, just steps from Grand Central. But the apartment was on a low floor and was dark and gloomy. He considered other buildings, including Stonehenge 57, but at 57th Street and 1st Avenue, it was too far from Grand Central. The studios he saw for roughly the same price were generally nicer than the one-bedrooms, which tended to be smaller and more run-down. A one-bedroom, he knew, would be helpful when he had overnight guests from out of town, but it would also mean a downgrade. And he didn't have all that many guests for my day-to-day. A studio is not bad, he said. So he returned to the Murray Hill Marquee, now satisfied that he was making the right choice. He moved into the studio apartment in August, paying $3,005 a month, with 1 month free. The building was formerly the Avenue Dumont, a boutique hotel with unusually large hotel rooms for New York, said Richard Wernick, managing director of residential leasing for the Lefrak organization, which bought the property last spring and began the conversion to rentals. Mr. Pangawusu's apartment faces busy 34th Street, but I don't mind the rambunctiousness of this area, he said. I like it more than being in a quiet area. He is impressed that the building is clean throughout, and often. His previous rental, in Virginia, was an apartment house near campus occupied primarily by graduate students. If something spilled in the hallway, it would be sitting there for months, he recalled. Students would trash the place. Mr. Pongawusu, who played football as an undergraduate at the University of Michigan, is also glad to have a gym in the building, which makes his early morning workouts more convenient. If he walks briskly, it takes him no more than 7 minutes to reach Grand Central, assuming I'm catching all the greens, he said. I don't count the walk as part of my commute. And once he sets foot off the train at the end of the day, I'm in my neighborhood, he said. I know the pizza places on the way. As soon as I get to Grand Central, I'm home.